Hello everyone, welcome to this Unix session. In this session, we are going to discuss some more commands on the file manipulations like chmod, chown, chgrp. Now, let's see what are these commands used for. So we'll start with the first one called as chmod. Chmod is used to change a file permissions. The next we'll be seeing about is chown, which is used for changing the file ownership. We'll also see what is chgrp and how it changes the file group. So let's see what is the chmod command and how it is used for. So as discussed, the chmod command is used to change a file permissions. So there are two ways by which we can change the file permissions. The first one is called symbolic mode. The next is called the absolute mode. So in symbolic mode, as you can see, we have given the syntax. We give the chmod command, then we give the references, then the operator, modes, and the file name. So references are that for whom you want to change the permissions. For the user we use U, for the group we use G, and for others we use O. We can also combine the references, like for user and group you can combine the references making U and G. For group and others we can combine making G and O. If we want to combine all the references we can use A. Then is the operator. Operator tells what kind of permissions you want to give, whether you want to assign the permissions or take away the permissions or assign it. So for giving permission we use plus, for taking away minus, for assigning equal to. Then comes the modes. What kind of permission you want to give, whether you want to give read permission or write permission or execute. So to understand in better way, let's just move to Unix and do some commands. So we'll just go to Unix now, and here we'll just clear it. So we are in a command prompt. First we'll do pwd. Pwd is a command to know which directory we are presently in. We are in GD. Now let's create one directory here, mkdir, and let's give a directory called as dir new one. Okay, now we'll go move to that directory. So cd dir new one. Okay, now we are in this. Now we are going to create one file. So inside that file, so we'll give cat, and let's give a file name file1. Let me give how are you, and then press Ctrl D to come out of to come in the command prompt now again. And then to see the contents you can use cat file1. Now I want to see what are the permissions by default for the file1. So for that we'll use ls space -l. So we can see these are the permissions by default. The first dash shows that it's a file. Then for the user we have the permission as a read and write permission, no execute permission. For the group we have the read permission, no execute permission. For others we have only the read permission. Now we want to give certain permissions, so we can use chmod, and you can give UG plus is for assigning, and I'm giving execute permission and the file name. And to check the permission again we use ls-l. Now you can see that execute permission has been granted for user and the group. Okay, now we want to, let's say, we'll use again chmod, and we want to take away certain permission. So for user and group I want to take away the write permission, and for the others I'll give the permission, that is, so what permission, w and x, and give the file1. Okay, now again check ls-l. You can see that the permissions has been changed now. For user and group we have taken the write permission, so, and for others we have given the write and execute permission. Okay, now we'll use again chmod, and let's say we want to give all the permission, so we can use ugx and equal to rwx. Now we give ugo is equal to rwx file, means you can assign the permission. Now what happens if we do ls minus l? You can see that we have given all the permissions has been assigned to the file 1. So this is how you can use your symbolic mode. You can also use, like if you're using chmod, and you can use single also. I think we have done already. Okay, now we move to the next mode called as absolute mode. So in order to work with the absolute mode, we need to know that there are certain numbers which is assigned in the absolute mode. For the read, we use the number 4. For the write, we use the number 2. For execute, we use the number 1. Now, how to use this absolute mode? I'll just explain it in the note. So let's just write the whatever we are using. For read, we have the number as 4. For write, we have the number as 2, and for execute we have the number as 1. Okay, now I want to use the absolute mode. So for absolute mode we'll use chmod. We can increase the font size a little bit. Okay, so we'll use chmod, and then for example I want to give, so I'll use the number 421 and the file name. So in this, what it does, the 4 means the read permission is given to the, so I will just explain. So read permission is given to the own user, and then we have the write permission, which is, so first number is for the user, the second is for the group. So group has been given the number, has been given the write permission, and the next one is for execute. So execute permission has been given for the others. Okay, now let's say that I want to give some other permission, so I'll use again chmod, and now I want to give read and write permission. So in order to use read and write, I need to add the numbers. For read and write, I'll add 4 plus 2, so 4 plus 2 becomes 6, and then for the this, so 6 is the permission for the user. For group, let's say I want to give write and execute, so I'll add the number write plus execute, 2 plus 1, 3, and for others I want to give the permission only execute, so it becomes 631 and the file name. So we'll say that for read, sorry, so read permission has been given to read plus write. So for read and write, so in brackets I'll just add it. So what did we add? 4, sorry, 4 plus and 2. So this we added, so that's why we have the read and write permission for the user, and then we have the write plus execute. This permission has been given to the group, and then we have the number as 1, so only execute permission has been granted to the others. So in this, what would we add? We added, for write we have the number as 2, and plus for execute we have the number as 1, so this is, we got the number as 3, and for execute we have the number only as 1. This is for others. Okay, so read is 4, write is 2, execute is 1, so if we give 4 to 1, okay. For 631 we have 4 plus 2 6, and 2 plus 1 3 for others. Okay, now I want to give all the permissions, so I'll use chmod, and then what are we going to give? 777 and the file name. Okay, so what is this? We are just explaining in details. We have here, we just copy it. Now if you see, we have the read write plus execute permission for the, so we'll also add now plus 1 because 1 is for the execute. Now we have the read plus write plus execute. Read write, so can we include it? Read plus write plus execute. So again we need to add 4 again here. 4 plus 2 plus 1 for group, and for others also I want to give the same. So here also will give us read plus write and plus execute. So we need to add again, let's copy from here, and we need to put it plus here. Okay, and then we need to put the number as 4 plus 2 plus 1. Now we have all the permissions. So this is how our chmod works. Okay, now we'll just go to the Unix and execute this absolute mode. Okay, now here we'll create another file. Okay, we are going to create another file here, cat, and then let me create file 2. Okay, now welcome to Unix. Okay, now we are going to do ls minus l to see the permissions. So for file 2 we have the permission now rw. Now I want to change the permission, so I can use chmod, and okay, we want the execute permission, so I can give 1 1, and so if we add write time permission 2 plus 1 3, so 3, and the file 2. Now let's just see what happens. Now let's just do ls minus l. Now you see that though I have given as 113, now only it will take away other permissions and grant only those permissions which I mentioned in the absolute mode. So 1 is for execute, so it has given only execute permission for the user, again 1 permission for the group, and 3 means the write and the execute permission. Now let's change it, making chmod, and let's add some permission saying 6 3 1, which we had discussed just now, file 2, and then we'll do ls minus l. Now you can see that what it has done, it has given the read and so if 6 is for read and write permission, then if you give 3 3 is means write and execute permission, and 1 is for execute. So this is how you can change in your absolute mode. Now let's move to the next command called as chown. In the chown you have to is used to change your as we had discussed the file ownership. So you just, the syntax is give the chown and give your the owner name and then give the file name. So we have taken example chow, and the user owner name we have given user1, so file1. So user1, for earlier, let's say some other user is like root is a user who is access to the file1. Now if we give chow user1, user1 becomes the owner of the file1. Okay, so ownership changes. Now I want to change the ownership of the group also. So for that we use another command called as chgrp. So use chgrp, and then in the ch use the name of the group, so group1, and give the file name. So whatever is the group, now this group1 will be assigned to the file2. So he'll also have access to the file2. Now this is how these commands work. I hope this is clear. Thanks for the session.